Welcome back to the channel, guys. This is my M1 Finance Portfolio update. I named it multiple streams of income because the purpose of creating this M1 Finance dividend income portfolio was literally to create an additional stream of passive income through investing in dividend-paying stocks and ETFs that pay dividends. As you can see, the current portfolio is sitting at $32,507. And it's actually done quite well over the period of time that I've had it. I started this portfolio back in February 4th of 2020. Ironically, this was about a month before the pandemic began, and obviously I didn't have any clue that the pandemic was going to start. Some people, I'm pretty sure, had some inside knowledge on that, but that's another story for another day. Anyway, my first dividend investment into my first dividend paying stock was technically an ETF. So when I opened up the M1 Finance account, I deposited some cash, and I was trying to figure out, what do I want to invest in first? What is going to be my first M1 Finance dividend income generating dividend stock? And I didn't know what to purchase first. So I figured, okay, since I don't know what to buy, let me allow the experts pick for me. So I picked a dividend paying ETF for my M1 Finance dividend portfolio. And as you can see here, I went with the Invesco S&P 500 high dividend, low volatility ETF, and it's doing quite well. I've had this since the beginning of the account. As you can see here, from the time that literally the day I opened up the account, I went ahead and invested into this particular ETF. And we can see that the return on my investment is 37%, which is very good. And this is in spite of the current market that we're dealing with right now. S&P 500 is down about, 25% from the high of the year. So in light of the fact that, we're down tremendously, I mean, we've experienced, a very big stock market crash or stock market correction over the last, 7 months. And so in spite of that, the performance of the portfolio is still pretty solid. One of the things I really liked about this dividend strategy, this dividend investment strategy for passive income, was that a lot of times investors, myself included, when the stock market goes down, we tend to allow it to affect us emotionally, and we think, we might think less of our investments. And the cool thing about dividend investing, especially on the M1 Finance portfolio, because you have this pie chart here, you can literally create your own ETF or your own mutual fund by creating allocations and slices within your M1 Finance portfolio. And you can literally just say how much of the portfolio you want to allocate to certain sectors or industries. Now, beyond that, the cool thing that I like about dividend investing is that when the stock market goes down, I know that my yields are going up, and your yields are likely going up too on most companies, as long as they're not cutting their dividends, which is why it makes a lot of sense to do a lot of homework up front to invest in solid companies that are less likely to cut their dividends and have a historic pattern of increasing their dividends over time. So what happens is that when there's a massive stock market correction or a stock market crash, as long as these companies are not cutting their dividends and they're solid companies, ideally, you'll be able to jump in when the stocks are less, the price of the stocks have gone down. You can purchase these stocks at lower prices. Your yields are going to be insane. So basically, it allows me to not get upset or become sad when the stock market crashes. I actually get excited because I know some of my favorite companies that are paying some of the higher dividends are going to be on sale. And so for every dollar spent, I'm going to get way more dividend payments from that day forward. And then as the companies and the stock market recovers, my passive income generated each and every single quarter, each and every single year is going to be that much more, and it will compound. So it's a phenomenal way to look at, a negative situation or a situation that's normally seen as being negative, and you kind of turn it around into a positive situation for yourself. This particular multiple streams of income dividend portfolio for M1 Finance has made a $7,000 profit in light of the fact that the market is down tremendously. So here we are, guys. Wanted to just quickly share that information with you. If you haven't invested, if you haven't opened up an M1 Finance account yet, please consider hitting the link in the description down below. If you're going to open up an account, it would be cool if you opened it up using my link. I would get probably like a cup of coffee worth of commission or affiliate commission on that one. But also, if you click the link in the description down below, you'll be able to see exactly which stocks I have in my portfolio. So if you're considering starting an investment dividend investing portfolio like I have, that might kind of help you look at some companies that I've already looked at. Maybe you can start doing your own research to see if those companies might be a good fit for your M1 Finance portfolio. But looks like here S&P 500 futures are a little bit changed after a late day rally ahead of the Fed minutes. Speaking of the Fed, obviously we've had some of the most aggressive Fed rate hikes in the last half century. We've had a quarter point rate hike in March. We had a half a point rate hike, I think it was May. Then we had a 75 basis point rate hike in July, or actually I think it was June. So we got essentially a we had a 150 basis point rate hike or jump in federal interest rates. And so this has had a drastic impact on the mortgage industry, housing market. There's no housing market crash yet, but houses are certainly sitting on the market longer. And I've got a number of real estate agent friends who are confirming this information. There's no housing market crash yet, but it's certainly let's just say that only the serious buyers are remaining on the market and houses are sitting longer. Open houses are not as busy, as packed, and the overbidding, outbidding, situation that's calmed down quite a bit. But anyway, just to kind of let you guys know what I'm seeing from that perspective. But yeah, so I'm gonna give you another update tomorrow. Lately, I have not been contributing as regularly to my M1 Finance portfolio for a multitude of reasons. I've covered those in my previous videos. Definitely check those out. But not that I've lost any faith or confidence in the dividend investment strategy that I have. It was simply because of a tax strategy position that I moved into. So anyway, drop me some comments down below, guys. I would love to answer your questions about generating passive income. If you're interested in learning more about passive income, creating online businesses, side hustles, I would love to hear from you guys. I'm going to share more information other than M1 Finance dividend investing. I'm going to share more information on how to create other forms of income, because dividend investing is so passive. It's like once you get it set up, there's not a whole lot you have to do with it except for, just every now and then kind of peek in on and see if there's any changes you want to make. But other than that, it allows you to do other things. So that's why I want to cover other forms of passive income on this channel. I think you guys are going to get a lot of benefit out of. So like I said, drop me some comments down below. Consider subscribing to the channel. Drop a like on the video if you haven't already. And I will see you guys on the next video. Thanks.